Hello and welcome to the Coal Authority podcast. The Coal Authority exists to make a better future for people and the environment in mining areas. We carry out vital work to keep people, drinking water and the environment safe from the legacy impacts of our mining heritage. These podcasts are intended to offer some insight into the work that we do and why we do it, and we hope that you will find them interesting, and we would welcome any suggestions for content for future podcasts as these series grow. Without further ado, let's get into the next episode. Thank you.
Hello, and a very warm welcome to our second episode of our Confidence in the Coalfields podcast series, a podcast where we bring industry professionals together to discuss our collaborative working and the value we bring to the legal community across Scotland with the buying and selling of property or land for development in coalfield areas. I'm Lisa Conway, Development Manager for Scotland, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Roy Spears, Director of Programmes at CLT Scotland. Hi Roy, it's great to have you on today.
Oh, lovely to be here, Lisa. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. Now, a little birdie tells me that you're a little bit of a radio presenter and football commentator, which sounds all very interesting. So tell me more.
Yes, I first started doing football commentaries for Hospital Radio, goodness me, over 30 years ago, I think, and I don't get a chance to do just so many these days, but it's always a pleasure when I do.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, this is only my second podcast, so hopefully we won't be seeing any red cards from you today, Roy.
I'll try and keep them in my pocket, Lisa.
So, a quick intro into the Coal Authority. We're a non-departmental public body and partner organisation for the Department for Energy Security and Net Zero. And our mission is to make a better future for people in the environment in mining areas. So I'm going to bring it back now to you, Roy. So tell us a bit more about your role at CLT Scotland and how you support the legal profession.
Well, CLT Scotland's part of the University of Law, and as Director of Programmes, I'm responsible for providing Scottish legal professionals, principally solicitors and trainees, with a programme of legal and skills training that helps them to keep up to date with developments in their practice area and develop their careers. CLT Scotland's also at the forefront of training paralegals in both Scotland and England. Our training involves 18 months of study at graduate level. It's offered by distance learning, and uniquely, it's focused on a particular area of study, providing specialist skills and knowledge that are instantly applicable in practice.
Oh, okay. So are there any entry requirements for paralegal learners, Roy?
Well, most of those studying on our paralegal training are already paralegals, but we also have a number of people who aspire to be paralegals.
Okay, so we'll be catching up in Edinburgh at the end of October at your Scots Law conference. So what can you tell us about those, Roy, and what do you enjoy most about those events?
Yes, I'm really looking forward to it, Lisa. Our Scots Law conferences will be at Murrayfield Stadium in Edinburgh, as you say, on the 30th and 31st of October. We'll have 10 full-day conferences, 5 each day, covering 10 different areas of legal practice. And we'll be expecting delegates from a variety of private and public practice organisations at varying stages of their career. There'll be a busy exhibition hall too, with government bodies like yourselves, searchers, genealogists, software providers, and other legal support services too. And for those interested in coming along, full booking details are on our website. But for me, you asked me about what I enjoy most about the events, and really, Lisa, it's the friendliness I enjoy most. We try to create a really relaxed atmosphere, and it's a great chance to catch up with old friends and new.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree with you more. And, you know, that's what I love most as well. And it does make such a massive difference. So what other types of training do you offer? Like, what's the most popular?
Well, as well as our large in-person conferences, we also have a range of webinars, live and recorded, and virtual classrooms throughout the year too. And what we try to have really is a flexible offering. So there's something there to suit everyone, whether they prefer training digitally or face-to-face. But of course, the Coal Authority, the way that you support the legal profession principally is with coal mining reports. How have they evolved over the years?
Yeah, so we've been supporting paralegals and the legal community since we established in 1994. And our coal mining reports, are very well known throughout the industry. And, paralegals have an incredibly tough job, if not the hardest within the legal community, keeping that wheel turning. And at the Coal Authority, we want to make sure that paralegals have all of the knowledge and tools they need to effectively carry out their roles. And actually, the legal community helped us to perfect our reports a few years ago to ensure that they were fit for their requirements because, we really do value customer feedback. So in the Con 29M report, we include things like mine entry information, and UK-wide, there's over 170,000 recorded mine entries known to us, and 23,000 of which are in Scotland, mainly across the Central Belt, and something that homeowners do need to be aware of. And our reports answer all of the Law Society approved questions. And, we're a trust provider. People feel in safe hands when dealing with us.
Well, that sounds great. Have you any free resources for learners?
Yeah, we do actually. So we've got our interactive viewer, which is a free resource and gives a high-level overview of coal mining data. And interestingly, the interactive viewer receives on average 5.7 million views per year. So people really do love, like using it, and it's a really useful tool if you want to have a look at the mining risks in a particular area, and you just have to pop your postcode in. It's dead easy to use. So yeah, just have a little play with that.
Oh, that's a lot of views.
I know.
So what about the Coal Authority's net zero objectives, Lisa?
Yeah, so this is a really interesting topic. So the Coal Authority estimates there's sufficient energy in geothermal water found in former coal mines to heat all homes across the coalfields. And water within the mines is warmed by natural processes, and if sustainably managed, can provide a continual supply of heat. And we've featured on things like the One Show, Country File, looking at ways that we can utilise this as a sustainable heat source towards our net zero objectives. And interestingly, for all of you wine lovers out there, Lanchester Wines in Gateshead, who are one of the UK's largest wine importers, has by far the UK's largest commercial mine water heating scheme. And it supplies all of the warehouse needs, keeping millions of bottles of wine at temperature. And it also heats a neighbouring distribution depot as well. And Lanchester Wines are great advocates of using mine water. And who knew, Roy, you could use the legacy of coal mining as such a great asset?
That's amazing.
I know. And, we have an incredibly talented mine heat team at the Coal Authority who are working very closely with partners to unlock the heat within historical coal mines to really transform homes and workspaces for the future. So, if anyone would like to learn more, please get in touch and I can put you in touch with that team as well. So bringing it back now to you, Roy. So what are CLT Scotland's objectives for the coming year? How has people's learning experiences changed over the years?
Well, it's quite simple, really, Lisa. I mean, what we want to continue to do is to provide the best quality educational experience we can. And that's really a combination of, the right content, delivered by experts, and matched to how it's delivered, whether it's in person, digitally, or through distance learning. And it's that flexibility, again, I think, that really does make a difference. We've been delivering our paralegal training through distance learning for over 20 years. We were early adopters of digital learning. And over the last few years, we've seen more and more demand for that, as you'd expect. And of course, our face-to-face conferences, like those at Muddyfield, there it's a chance for people to learn, to network, and to develop their practices. And our year-round programme of training, hopefully, provides people with an opportunity to access the right content for them when they want it.
Fantastic. Thank you for that, Roy. So, just to finalise, so what do you think gives people confidence when living in coalfield areas?
Well, Lisa, I think what most gives people confidence in when they're living in former coalfield areas is knowing that the information they're received is comprehensive. It clearly flags what issues might come up and how they can be dealt with. I think safety while living or working in their properties and the impact on valuation, of course, should they sell. I think these are the key things here.
Fantastic. Okay, so a massive thank you to our audience for listening in, and a big thank you to you, Roy, as well, for coming on today.
Thanks for having me, Lisa.
My pleasure. And if anyone has any questions, please drop them in either the comments box on social media or through our ground stability website, and our customer service team will pick them up from there. And for all of you attending the CLT Scotland conference in October, we very much look forward to seeing you there. Thanks, everyone.
So we hope you found that podcast interesting and insightful, as we're showing it on our social media channels. If you have any questions or further comments or any suggestions for future podcasts, we'd be really pleased to hear from you. So don't be afraid to get in touch. And we look forward to spending some time with you next time. Thank you.